Hey everyone, what's up? It's Marco Style here from Nari Media, and today I want to walk you through the latest buzzed about AI image and video creation tools. Crucially, I'll then slide in the game changer I've been using to actually turn all that long-form content into endless short clips, which is something called Vizard. We are going to cover the big names, discuss what I genuinely like about each one, pinpoint where they fall short for practical use, and show how Vizard fits in to get content out the door without the endless editing grind. Let's dive right into the current landscape of generative AI video technology. First up on our list is Flow, which is Google's powerful offering tied directly to their Gemini Pro ecosystem. And honestly, the suite they offer is incredibly stacked. If you already have Gemini Pro access, you unlock a whole suite including Google Labs, Stitch, and Whisk, with Flow serving as their dedicated video editor piece. The main reason I bring Flow up is because its video, and especially its audio generation, particularly with their V3 style models, is remarkably clean right now. The resulting animations are surprisingly smooth, and they are actually starting to integrate sound design directly into the output, which is a huge advantage for a final-looking clip. I have been experimenting with Flow specifically for quick advertising content because it nails complex camera movements and the resulting lighting often feels completely believable. The generated sound effects really help make things feel less synthetic, moving them closer to a polished final product right out of the box. However, Flow is currently somewhat walled behind the Gemini Pro access requirement, meaning if you aren't already in that ecosystem, you face an extra hurdle just to start testing. Also, like any massive platform tool, it can sometimes feel a bit prescriptive in its workflows, doing many things well, but not excelling at rapid iteration for dozens of short clips. That rapid iteration capability is simply not its strongest suit unless you commit to the premium tier and build an entire pipeline around their specific infrastructure. Moving on to our next major player, Sora, which you can unlock by subscribing to ChatGPT Plus, giving you access to both image and short video generation capabilities. What's incredibly cool about Sora is the vibrant community remix culture that has sprung up around it, where people share prompts and finished pieces constantly. You can literally click a shared piece, remix it instantly by swapping elements, like changing an object's color or shape, and re-render the result almost immediately. This speed makes Sora fantastic for pure inspiration and incredibly fast conceptual experimentation when you are brainstorming initial visual ideas. On the back end, Sora's interface is remarkably smooth, and it stands out as being super beginner-friendly for creators just starting with video generation. The main downside right now is that the video motion quality doesn't consistently match the V3 level realism we see from some others, and sound effects are often completely missing from the output. Furthermore, depending on your scaling goals, the remix workflow is fun for testing, but it is certainly not designed for pumping out hundreds of optimized social clips on a strict production schedule. Which brings us directly to the next set of tools, and where something like Vizard starts to become essential for volume creation. Third on the list is Higsfield.ai, and if you haven't spent time here, you absolutely need to check it out because character consistency is their signature strength. They pioneered a character system where you design one avatar, and the platform guarantees that character remains visually identical across various scenes, even when angles or clothes shift. That level of consistency is truly golden for any major branded advertising campaign or series-based content where your on-screen persona must look identical across every episode. Higsfield also truly shines when it comes to generating human realism, rolling out features for ultra-realistic people and nuanced camera controls like hero cam and handheld modes. For creators focused on product advertisements or narrative shorts that demand specific framing, that level of creative control is genuinely impressive to see. The primary trade-off is that initial testing credits can be very limited, and many of their highest fidelity features are firmly positioned behind a subscription paywall. It excels for polished, singular pieces, but if your goal is extracting dozens of microclips from a single long stream, the cost structure can become prohibitive quickly. Next, we have Kling AI, which you will often hear compared directly to Flow because they are constantly pushing the boundaries of realistic motion and facial animation. Some of the footage they produce looks almost completely photoreal in short bursts. Think chopping vegetables or park scenes, making it decent for creating new B-roll assets. Again, the universal catch with tools this powerful is the combination of high cost and slower overall iteration speed when compared to simpler platforms. Building a truly high-volume short clip strategy based solely on Kling's processing power can become quite expensive if you are not careful with your usage. Runway has been on a significant tear recently with their newest models and experimental tools, offering capabilities like scene swaps and viewpoint changes. If you need to creatively alter camera angles or instantly reframe a generated scene to fit a new aspect ratio, Runway is often incredibly convenient for that specific task. I personally use Runway whenever I need a handful of highly creative specific shots quickly, but it is generally not built as a mass short clip publishing engine. Of course, we cannot forget MidJourney, which remains absolutely legendary for its phenomenal output when it comes to pure static images and stylized stills. MidJourney is unmatched when you need concept art, creative mood boards, or simply the best possible stylized visual for a video thumbnail. But let's be clear, MidJourney is not a video editing or direct clip publishing workflow solution. It is a world-class image machine. Pika, which you might remember from earlier days, still offers solid animation chops, but it is definitely less talked about these days as the competition has ramped up considerably. It remains a decent choice for very specific creative needs, but it is certainly not positioned as a comprehensive one-stop shop for all your video needs. So what connects all these incredible generation tools? Flow, Sora, Higsfield, Kling, Runway, MidJourney, and Pika. They are all phenomenal at creating the raw, beautiful footage, and you absolutely should be leveraging each one for its unique creative strengths. But here is the essential wall that almost every single creator hits. Once you have hours of raw, generated or recorded long-form content, how do you efficiently turn that into dozens of short, platform-optimized clips? That massive time-consuming gap between creation and scalable distribution is precisely the problem that a tool like Vizard has been designed to completely close for my entire workflow. Vizard is not another video generator. It is an AI-powered editor and distribution manager whose sole purpose is squeezing every ounce of viral juice out of your existing long videos. There are 3 core features in Vizard that have fundamentally changed how I approach content output by automating the toughest parts of the job. First is the auto-editing of viral clips, where you simply upload a long live stream, podcast, or tutorial, and Vizard scans the entire thing. The AI then intelligently finds the absolute best sound bites, the punchiest moments, and the most compelling viral hooks, slicing them into clips ready for immediate posting. This isn't just random chopping. The AI actively looks for cues like vocal emphasis, audience engagement shifts, and natural pacing to select the best moments. For someone who has manually hunted for that perfect 10-second clip for countless ad tests, this automatic surfacing of the best content is an enormous time saver every single day. The second powerful feature is auto-scheduling, where you define your desired posting frequency across your channels, and Vizard handles the rest. You no longer have to babysit uploads across multiple platforms because the system posts directly based on your preset cadence, ensuring your channels stay active without constant manual input. This constant, low-effort activity is huge when you are juggling multiple social accounts and aiming for that crucial, consistent presence without hiring a full-time social media manager. The third major benefit is the unified content calendar, giving you a centralized dashboard to manage, modify, and publish all your clips simultaneously. If you need to quickly swap a caption, adjust the publish time for a specific market, or review content, you do it all from that single management screen. For creators who are running paid ad tests, managing brand promos, and scheduling evergreen posts concurrently, this centralized control saves an immense amount of mental overhead. Here's exactly how I now integrate these tools into my actual repeatable creation process for maximum efficiency. I start by generating a batch of unique scene concepts and raw footage using the power of Flow or Higsfield, depending on my needs. Next, I manually stitch those great pieces into longer, more cohesive cuts, sometimes using Runway or Sora edits to fill in gaps or enhance specific sequences. Finally, I feed that complete longer video file directly into Vizard, which then instantly acts as the production factory to extract the gold. Vizard finds the most viral segments, automatically creates dozens of shorts formatted for Reels, Shorts, and TikTok with platform-specific aspect ratios, and queues them up for review. I only need to manually tweak the top 10 or 20 most promising clips, set my final posting frequency, and then the entire distribution system runs on its own while I move on to new creative tests. Compare that streamlined, automated cycle to manually chopping every clip in Premiere Pro or constantly juggling 5 different generator dashboards. Vizard dramatically shortens the entire creative loop. Competitors definitely offer isolated pieces of this functionality. Some will auto-generate scenes, others will schedule posts, but very few combine intelligent clip selection with scheduling and a content calendar built for high-volume creators. Importantly, Vizard's pricing model and workflow are specifically designed to fit creators who need sheer volume and consistent output, not just one-off, ultra-polished experimental pieces. A few quick practical notes on credits. Most generation tools give you free tiers, but Flow and V3 outputs can become credit-heavy very fast for high-resolution rendering. Sora's remix culture is cheap for single clips, but you sacrifice baked-in audio quality. And Higsfield and Kling can aggressively chew credits when you chase pixel-perfect character consistency. So my main tip is this. Use the high-end generators, like Flow or Higsfield, for the heavy lifting of creating truly unique scenes or complex avatars, and then use Vizard as your primary production factory. This strategy lets you turn those expensive, complex creative assets and any long takes you have into a stream of consistent, platform-ready short-form content automatically. To share a quick success story, I recently created a car ad using a high-quality V3 visual workflow, and then ran the entire long-form master cut through Vizard for distribution. Within 24 hours, I had dozens of unique, perfectly formatted short edits scheduled out across Reels, Shorts, and TikTok, letting me test 10 different hooks passively. It allowed me to test 10 completely different angles across all major platforms without losing any sleep over tight editing deadlines or manual uploads. So, to wrap up the August 2025 landscape, Flow, Sora, Higsfield, Kling, Runway, MidJourney, and Pika are all fantastic tools for the pure act of creation. However, if your actual goal is to publish at scale and maximize reach, you must leverage a clip-focused automation tool like Vizard to handle the intensive editing and posting workload. If you want links to any of these specific tools or need a much deeper step-by-step walkthrough of my exact Vizard workflow, just drop a comment saying VO below. I will put together a dedicated tutorial next, detailing exactly how I tweak captions, manage schedule variants, and optimize every microclip that Vizard produces. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope this gave you a much clearer map of the AI landscape and how to turn your long-form content into a true publishing machine. Before you go, please remember to like this video and subscribe for more productivity breakdowns, and let me know in the comments if you want that sample content calendar I mentioned. I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.